We are back. Welcome back to the Nick Hall Comedy Podcast. I'm your host, Nick Hall.
Josh Griffey, shooting bullets into my own ceiling as a dance move.
I hate your guts. Hey, welcome back.
That's not true.
Everybody. I wish Josh would shut up while I'm talking, because I'm important.
Okay.
Big week.
Yeah, okay.
Big week this week, as always, here at Nick Hall Comedy. We get the new Kent Murphy out, talking about infield fly rules and such.
Kent Murphy, got my shirt on. Finally got one.
He did. I mulleted over for months.
Been stonewalling me.
Trying to think about how much I was going to charge you for it. You know, do I give you 10% off? Do I give you 15%? Do I charge you regular price?
Yeah.
But I decided to go ahead and give him one free. Because look at him. He's a fucking charity case.
Nailed it. Fits good, too. Looks good on the guns.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a good shirt. It's good quality.
Yeah. And thankfully, your face is right above where my body starts to fucking deform and get fat.
Yeah.
So that's cool.
I mean, I didn't cut any corners when it came to the production of those. I visited a lot of Asian countries myself and handpicked the 8-year-olds that sew it up. So
the tiniest fingers.
Yeah. You know, I tried to find kids that had a positive outlook on life, that weren't totally beaten down by the fact that they're slave labor yet, you know, because then they skimp on quality.
Exactly.
When
they're having that.
Yeah, when they're depressed and they're like, oh, I shouldn't be working as a kid. It's like, shut up.
You should.
You know, be happy you have a job. Have you seen this economy? You little fucking brat.
It's a recession, slave.
You little
shut up.
You little fucking brat. You're getting $3 an hour.
Yeah.
I think. I don't know. All right.
You could probably buy a lot of food for that. Feed a family.
Yeah, probably not. Probably not.
Whatever,
that just
kids.
depends.
How much can kids eat?
I don't know. Ramen noodles are still cheap.
You can afford like a Happy Meal a day on that, probably, right? How much is a Happy Meal now?
I doubt it.
And they can get a toy and sell it to the other slaves.
That kind of seems like a challenge. You think you could live on one Happy Meal a day? You don't.
Oh, me? I'm a full-grown, plus-size man. There's no way.
I know. I'm throwing it up to you. Like, you can have all the water you want. You can drink as many glasses of water in a day you want. The only thing you can eat for 7 days is one Happy Meal per day.
I bet I could. I'd be pretty pissed about it.
How fat? Yeah, I mean, you would survive, but like, how shitty would you be?
I'm diabetic too. Who knows what that would do to my system? Yeah. Just crashing me hard. Next thing you know, I have like abs and shit, and I'm like, the fuck's going on?
You'd be fucked. You would be fucked. All right, let's get to this. I'm awful mad about something.
You've been pretty pissed this afternoon.
It's been an off day. For you know,
Does it make you feel better that the Brewers won on Ryan Braun's 2 steroid-induced home runs?
No.
It made me feel good.
I mean, it doesn't bother me. I don't care about steroids. Fuck them. You know what I mean? Ticket prices are fucking outrageous.
That's right.
Jack them up. Let's see it. I want to see at least 4 home runs a game. Otherwise, I feel like, this is bullshit.
Gypped.
You know what I mean?
Worst 2 words in the English language when combined, pitchers duel. You know what I mean?
That's kind of
It's like right up there with prison rape.
Yeah,
the 2 worst phrases you can hear.
Well, I don't know which one's worse now.
The duel. The pitcher's duel.
Like you're sitting somewhere and somebody's like, prison rape. You're like,
yeah, maybe if you like you like that kind of thing, you're still getting laid in a way.
You're in a dentist's office reading a magazine. Somebody's like, prison rape. You're like, Someone's like, pitcher's duel. What the fuck?
Oh my god! I gotta get a new dentist. What's going on here?
No, but I'll tell you what's pissing me off. Was the thing that happened with Jed Lowry against the Astros.
That's the thing. Okay.
I don't know if Jed Lowry didn't piss me off. If you didn't see it, here's what happened. The A's were playing the Astros, and in the bottom of the first inning, the A's scored 7 runs.
Yeah.
And Jed Lowry got up for a second time in the inning.
Yeah.
And when he got up the second time, still in the first inning, they put a shift on him in the infield, and so he fucking tried to lay down a bunt to beat the shift. His next at bat, he comes up in the 3rd inning, and they throw at him twice.
Yeah.
And everybody's yelling at him like, you broke an unwritten rule of baseball, man. You were blowing us out, and you tried to bunt. And the Astros manager came out and was like jawing with him.
Yeah.
First of all, we've talked about it.
First of all, I think we're directly responsible for this, by the way.
You think so?
Our Help the Astros plan.
I know,
they saw
right?
a pod, and they're like, fuck, we got to get these viewer numbers up from a 0.0.
Just start fights. I don't care what it's for.
Just start fights and talk about fantasy
No, but
world.
like the unwritten rules of baseball, like there are some that are real. I get
pretty
it.
much all bullshit.
But and that one's like, first, okay, I get it. Like, if you're blowing somebody out and, like, somebody lays down a bunt to try to get a hit, like, oh, I could be mad about that. But not in the fucking first inning. It's the first inning.
Yeah.
You know how many times people have come back from more than 7 runs over 8 more innings to win a game? Fuck you. Secondly, if you're going to put a shift on, you're still deploying your strategy. Why can't he fucking play his strategy out?
But
you know
see,
what I
they
mean?
needed strategy. At
Who
a point,
cares?
they needed... Oh, I'm with you. I think any time in a game you can manipulate or abuse your opponent, you should be doing that.
I agree.
Automatically.
I agree.
Like, here's the thing, right? Like, Lowry, I mean, like, let's say this happens to him several times throughout the year. Like, his numbers directly go into affecting his career.
Correct.
And his numbers and his contracts and his playing time, whatever. So, yeah, if they're going to give me a free hit...
I'm taking
Sure,
it.
I mean, it might not, in the grand scheme of things, shift too much one way or another, but, like, fuck it, dude. If every time someone's got hurt feelings, you give away an out or something,
a million times out of a million.
you're hurting yourself a bunch.
Well, plus 90% of the unwritten rules in baseball are, like, to help out the team that's losing. Like, they're like, you should never try to bunt in the 9th inning when the pitcher has a no-hitter.
Right.
Like, try to bunt for a hit. Like,
No way.
so like you're pitching no hitter. We're supposed to just like,
if it's the 4th
let
inning,
me help you get that.
If it's the 4th inning without a hit, the first thing I'm doing is trying. Like, I'm constantly trying to wreck that
let
guy.
me help you fucking make history against my team.
It goes to my thing, like UFC fighters that like fight, like they're all tough. They talk all this shit up to the fight, and then the fight's over, and they hug each other. Like, no way, man. If they're not on your team, like, you don't want a guy throwing a perfect game against you.
No,
you don't want a no hitter. Like, yeah, you want to beat the Astros, the lowly Astros. You want to beat them by 20, and send a message to the division. Like, that's craziness.
If you're beating us by a lot, you shouldn't try to get hits. Like, that's pretty much that's what they're saying. The unwritten rule is you shouldn't try extra stuff to try to get hits on us when you're winning by a lot.
Right?
Shouldn't I?
Well, this is what the unwritten rule should be: is that the Astros coach could just come out and be like, "Pack it up, boys. We're going home," and you just like quit after the top half of the inning.
If he did that,
that's fine.
Guarantee the home crowd's like, "Fuck yes, get him out of here!" Like, I don't want to watch these fuckers anymore. Can we do this every game?
I would wonder how big the actual home crowd is. I bet it looks like the start of Major League, and there's just like 4 Dennis Quaid's there, like, "Fuck, I ran away from my wife and responsibilities to drink at a baseball game. God damn it!" Like, they're probably the only ones that even know what's happening.
Yeah, and like,
but I don't think the Astros are really employing our strategy the best way.
Yeah,
like, we had a couple Twitter suggestions. I forget who it was. I think Utah said they were like, the only way the Astros could get people to watch is showing replays of old Astros games.
Yeah, no, some kid commented that, I think, on YouTube. Some guy
made me laugh pretty good.
No, but like, and you remember a couple years ago, I think it was Dallas Braden that was pitching, and somebody got out at first and ran across the field, and they touched part of the mound as they were running across.
Oh, pitchers hate that. Yeah.
And he threw like a big fit about it. Like, where does that come? Like, one day, some guy was pitching, like in 1901.
Yeah.
He's having he's getting shelled, right? And he finally gets a guy out at first, and the guy runs across the field and touches the mound, and he gets like this fucking Napoleon cop like, get off my mound, you fucking loser. They're like, nice pitching, fag. And he's like, shut up, just get off my mound. And then somebody was like, that's an unwritten rule. Don't ever do that.
Don't write that. Like, it's supposed to be unwritten.
Like, that's the only way those things had to have come about, because they're so fucking stupid and petty.
Well, there's so many weird ones, like the old one of like, don't dig into the batter's box, and
yeah.
I mean, really, all of them are just so unusual. Like, I would love to know the origin of any of them. Because to me, it's like, I hate to say it, but he's kind of like the biggest villain in baseball history. But I'm with Ty Cobb, man.
Yeah.
Like, I'm cleating you. I'm pissing on your mound.
Yeah, dude.
I'm breaking up your no-hitters with slap bunts.
All
like,
day.
That's the way if every baseball player played like Ty Cobb, it'd be a much cooler game to watch.
Like, I hate bunting, but if I'm up in the bottom of the 9th and some dude's throwing a perfect game against me, I'm trying to bunt one to get a hit, just to fucking unnerve that dude, just to piss him off.
Just to flip him off from first
like,
base.
if I'm not going to win the game physically, I'm going to beat you mentally somehow, because I'm kind of a bitch.
Or with your fist, like.
But I'm not going to give up and be like, oh, just let you get me out easy, instead of trying to get a hit
That
off
would
of
be
you.
my plan, right? If some guy's throwing a no-hitter, first thing I do is bunt, run to first base. When they call me safe, I run out, fist fight him, Kent Murphy style. And next thing you know, I'm like, give me my 30 for 30 documentary check. Like, it's over. The guy who ruined perfection is just a picture of me. Like, just fucking crying after I got punched in the face. Like, that would be my absolute plan.
Like
give me that Hollywood money.
30 for 30, one bunt in July. The Josh Griffey story. You know?
Sure, that'd be great. That'd be the high water mark of my life for sure. No doubt.
I don't know. I just need to get off.
Here's the guy you never want to be, right? You never want to be in the guy in the 30 for 30 when you're like, wait, who's that? And you have to read his name beneath him as he tells you how great it was to play against the awesome guy. Like, no way. I want it to be like just the number one poster villain. Like, I'm the Darth Vader, and this guy's like the sad little, guy that I just fucking ruined his dreams. Like, that's what I want.
But and I get the things like, if you hit one of my batters, I'm going to hit one of your guys back. I'm going to do it.
But that's retaliation. Something that bothers me too. That should be immediate. Like, it should be I hate when they wait like 3 innings to do it. Like, it should be like.
Well, they pick their spots, but I'm cool with that one. But, like, if you're going to throw at me for trying to get a hit off of you 2 innings earlier, you're a dick.
Yeah.
And I hate you.
Well, also, if the Astros are going to start throwing at everyone who's embarrassing them, like, it's going to be a lot of fucking injuries, and they're going to need a lot more pitchers.
Their opposing on-base percentage is going to be like 800. Yeah. Because they're going to have to
What's the average pitch count now they let? Like 120 a game? Like, not enough. Like, you're going to need, like, more arms in the bullpen.
People are going to dread playing the Astros just because they know, like, 4 people are getting plunked.
Yeah.
That dude got a hit off me last game. Fuck him.
Oh, that guy has more RBIs than every Astro in the last 3 seasons. Shit.
How much do you make? Oh my god. Fuck
it must suck to go to Burger King and be like, I'm making the same salary as this kid serving me my nugs.
As the Astros third baseman.
Yeah. The guy at Burger King just walks past him, right? And they're both walking to their cars. He's just, idiot.
They're like, the McDonald's sign is like, now hiring. Apply within. You can make as much as half the Astros team. People are like, holy shit.
No way, I'll never apply there. Worst job ever.
The kid that does their laundry is like, you guys need a raise.
Yeah, for sure.
Like, hey, kid, can you buy us dinner? We're fucking broke. He's like, I don't know. Yeah. You guys are kind of dicks.
Yeah, if you guys can quit texting me all the time, that'd be cool. Let's just keep this professional. That'd be all right.
I don't know. But
what else you got? You want to talk about it? You said you want to talk about it?
No, I just wanted to get that off my chest. That was.
I thought you wanted to talk about what's really weighing you down right now.
What's really weighing me down? Is this
the old round ball?
Oh, the round ball. What about
Pacers?
Dude.
Pacers Hawks, game 1.
Game 1.
It's been a horrible weekend for us in the playoffs because my beloved Kings.
Yeah.
3 goals in the first period.
Yeah, that was bad.
Gross. They ended up scoring 3, but they gave up 3 more, so that's not good math. Way to go, Hockey.
Here's the thing with the Pacers. This is like, on paper and the way that they played through the first half of the season, they're by far the most talented Pacers team that we've had since maybe that 98 team that took the Bulls to 7, or that 2000 team that went to the finals with the Lakers. Mm-hmm. Like, they're on that level, that's a big thing for the Indiana franchise.
Right.
Because we're not like the Celtics where we just have like this laundry list of history.
They're the cool team that's built from like minor parts to make a greater whole.
And we made like the questionable move with Danny Granger, which is what it is. Maybe that's the reason, maybe it's not. But something like in that time period may have been that has like derailed this team mentally. Like they have no backbone anymore. Like Hibbert's getting 2 rebounds a game. You're fucking 7'2", dude.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
I don't.
There's
get the
no
whole
way.
Thing. Is there I should look this up, but I cannot remember on record a 1 seed losing to an 8 seed.
The Knicks in '99, I believe, if I'm correct, the year that the strike happened. They went to the finals as an 8 seed, actually. They went all the way to the finals and lost to the Spurs for the Spurs' first championship. Check my fucking sports knowledge.
That's a lockout season, though. That's kind of like
Google it, though. I'm correct, man. That's the last 8 seed to... I don't know if that's the last 8 seed to win. Because I think... No. Didn't the Golden State beat the Mavericks a few years ago as an 8-1?
8-1 upsets in NBA playoff history.
Look it up.
2007, the Warriors beat the Mavericks.
Oh, right again, motherfucker.
94, the Nuggets beat the Sonics. 2011, actually, the Grizzly beat the Spurs. That was the last one.
The 99?
And then Knicks beat the Heat in 99.
Yeah. Boom. Nailed it.
So, yeah, there's 4. I don't know if there are more, but this only lists 4. But
I'm so smart.
I can't fathom it, man. Like an 8-1 upset. Like, it happens a lot in other sports. Like, it's not that big of a deal. But in basketball, with how many games they have.
Yeah.
Also, it's like basketball is one of the weird things where, like, a number 1 seed should have like by far the best players, and basketball's the hardest sport to overcome talent. Like in almost any other sport, you can overcome a more talented team if you're like better as a whole,
right?
And with strategy, like the NBA is almost the only sport you can't.
Well, because it's all ISO.
Yeah.
I mean, nobody runs a fucking
Is that
play.
the Pacers'
really.
problem? They don't have any fucking badass ballers.
No, that's not the problem at all. Like we could play
if
as a team.
they still had Rick Schmitz, the Duncan Dutchman, would this? Be
if we had the Duncan Dutchman, it's over. We're probably not only just the 1 seed. They probably just give us a bye to the finals. They're like, yeah, just go ahead. You got the Dutchman, you're gonna make it.
The Duncan Dutchman.
We'll let these other teams play so they can collect a little bit of dough.
Ugly as fuck, worst haircut. But guy's a hell of a ball player.
Well, he still lives in Indianapolis. And back at one of my old jobs, he used to come in all the time,
right,
with his son. And so, like Rick Smith, I think he was 7'4". I mean, the dude just was like ducking under doors and stuff. But his son was like 10, and he was 6'8". Maybe so. It was like this. He's like, "Hey, Mister," and I was like, "What? Who the fuck is?"
Hey, get down from there, kid.
It's like a really big Andy Milonakis. What's going on?
Could that kid survive for days off Happy Meals?
Oh yeah, dude, guaranteed.
Even though he's a huge monster of a kid?
Yeah.
I don't think so.
Yeah, man. Dutch people are weird. They got...
if I could not get punished by the law, man, I would love to go kidnap Rick Schmidt's son, chain him up to an old fucking style metal heater, and fucking just see if he can survive.
It's not Rick Schmitz. It's Rick Smits. He's not like some old Jew that...
Smits?
Yeah, he's not...
That's just a silly...
He's not from the old world.
Schmitz. That's the way it should be pronounced. That would be my ransom. No. It's like, you want your kid back from the radiator in my dungeon? You got to change your name to Schmitz.
Put a CH in it.
Yeah. Get with the program.
You fucking tall bastard. Oh, my God. So, speaking of basketball, Drake tried to start a rap beef at the Raptors game. Did you see that?
Drake tried to start a beef?
A rap beef. The rap beefs are so fucking lame now. Like you remember back in our day, like they just killed.
Well, rap beefs ended in murder.
Yeah,
that's
just,
when they were cool.
Like they didn't kill like
it was like Game of Thrones.
They didn't kill like off-brand rappers either. They went like Tupac and Biggie. Like who's the best? Yeah, let's kill him.
Yeah,
let's get real mad and kill him.
No way, rap beef should be just like Game of Thrones.
No, Drake was like
just end in murders.
Drake was like on the broadcast, and apparently him and Jay-Z have a beef going back. Because Jay-Z, let's see. Oh, he said earlier this year, Drake said that Jay-Z raps too much about art.
Art?
Art.
Like what kind of art?
Like pictures.
I don't really
like
listen to Jay-Z
he talks about
much.
like Monets or something in his raps.
Are you sure that Drake didn't misunderstand Moni?
Well, first of all, Drake's like the biggest poser, like piece of shit loser in the whole rap.
He was on Degrassi.
In the
like
whole rap
Canadian
industry.
Teen melodrama.
Right?
Like that's pretty
And
weak.
so he should just be happy that he has a career in rap and keep his fucking mouth shut.
If you ask me,
first of all,
I'm not like super versed in rap, but I'll tell you one thing I know for a fact: Drake is the worst rapper I've ever heard.
Start off on the bottom now.
Like, he's just so lucky he's friends with so many good rappers.
Yeah, he's an idiot. Start off on the bottom
he's
now.
Like 50 Cent level, like annoying rap voice that I just hate and want to punch.
I didn't mind 50, but anyway, at the Raptors game, he was like,
I just was always like with 50 Cent. I was always like, really, you didn't have that 10th bullet? Didn't have that 10th bullet and some accuracy? No big. That's fine. I'll suffer through this because you're a bad shot. That's fine.
Because they were playing the Nets. Okay. And the announcers were like, wonder where Jay-Z is. And Drake was like trying to be all hard. He was like, he's probably off eating a fondue plate somewhere. And the announcers were like, oh, are you trying to start a rap beef?
They're like, that does sound delicious. Good for you, Jay-Z.
Is that what you're trying to? Drake was like, yeah, man, yeah. Burnt that motherfucker. No, Drake, I burnt that guy.
I think that's called a bird.
I was on Degrassi. I don't know.
What a puss.
Rap beefs are so lame now.
But dude, if you want to go after Jay-Z, like, first thing you got to do is, like, leak some nudes of Beyonce. You know what I mean? Like, you got to do something cool. Like, I don't even know. Like, what's Jay-Z related now? Like, I mean, does he has, like, other companies and shit, right?
Yeah, well, he owns, like, half the rap industry. Like, he just owns everything.
Why not run out and take a shit on the Nets logo? Or they're in Toronto. Yeah.
You think he could? You think he wouldn't do that?
You think he can't, like, he's shit shy? he can't shit in front of eyeballs?
I couldn't do it. I couldn't run on the court and shit.
I think the fear of me being on a court with my pants down, I think the fear would just fucking make me shit. Like, even if I'd only had one Happy Meal for 7 days and there's just no nutrients in my body, like, I think I'd find a way to shit. I'd be so scared.
Oh, hey. SportsCenter, our boy Josh
Reddick.
Josh
we gotta
Reddick.
do a big shout out.
I got to shout out Josh Reddick today.
Batting helmet. We've had it out all day.
I don't know. You were wearing it earlier. Josh Reddick got it on Saturday. Josh Reddick got the game-winning hit, and I don't know. We just like that guy.
A walk-off hit.
Walk-off hit.
Former guest of the podcast.
I told him
listener.
Yeah,
fan.
I told him I'd probably would have hit a dinger. But
you would have hit the homer.
I was like, but cool hit anyway.
Hey, Reddick, good job on your accomplishment.
He was like, yeah, dude, yeah, that's.
Are you starting a rap beef with Reddick?
Oh, I'd love to. I feel like just getting online and trying to start beefs with anybody. Sometimes with the Kent Murphy Twitter, I've done it twice, but it's really easy to start a beef with all of Justin Bieber's followers. All you have to do.
Oh yeah, dude. Anytime you put a Bieber or anything, I did that once on accident.
I made a tweet one time. I did it on. I was going for it, but I think the tweet said like. Sitting at the game, I thought I saw Justin Bieber, but it was just some other 9-year-old girl dressed like an idiot with a flat-billed hat on, or just something like that. And within 5 minutes, my entire Twitter feed, like my notifications, had over 400 notifications on the Kent Murphy one, and it was all like 8 to 13-year-old girls being like, "Shut up, Justin's the best, and sometimes he wears flat-billed hats. You're mean." You know, like that's you're mean. Shut up. I like Justin.
He's the greatest. He's the best thing since the Beatles. I don't know who they are. My mom told me about it.
And I'd just be like, what?
I started that once on accident. Remember the Kaylee Anthony thing? I forgot her name, so I just typed into Google, "Mom kills baby Florida." First thing that pops up. But I was watching, and I was like watching the trial like everyone else. I was like enamored with it, like Jerry Springer show, right? My old favorite show. And I was like, I just tweeted out, I was like, when they keep showing the picture of that little girl, Kaylee, don't most of you just wish that was Bieber? And like fucking people just fucking freaked out. I'm like, how could you say that? She was found in a bag in a swamp. And I was like, yeah, like little kid, that's exactly why I said it. But like just being bombarded with like fucking beefs because I was like, if only Casey Anthony was his mom.
I'm still laughing. I couldn't think of her name, so I just Googled Florida mom baby kill.
Yeah, you'd think that would be much harder to like wean down. Like that probably happens like once a Tuesday in Florida.
If you're ever at a loss and you can't think of Casey Anthony's name, just Google Florida. We have derailed. Florida mom baby kill. Oh man, that's almost like
weird that that's the story that came out of Florida that people were all
we should start a game to where we just like think of people and think of the weirdest like 4-word Google phrases you can punch in to get that person to show up at the top.
I thought of a game that we could do.
That's a good game.
That's a good game. I thought of another game for us. Maybe the listeners can chime in and give us some suggestions. But I thought of another one. Actually, speaking of Florida, and I was gonna write ridiculous movie scene or news story from Florida, and we were just gonna read a sentence and be like, "Do you think this really happened, or do you think this is like a ridiculous action movie?"
Like moment? A log line.
Yeah, right.
Is this an excerpt?
Bad movie or real life in Florida? You tell me.
All right, we're doing that next week.
Those are both good games.
It's game on.
Next week, I say we try to enact our games, and we'll bring on a special guest to play our games with us and judge as we battle.
I would love to. Love to.
We're in.
Back to the rappers, though.
Yeah.
I feel like we can't.
It's been a bad week for rappers.
I feel like we can't talk about rappers without talking about this. The rapper that cut his He cut his dick off.
This actually happened right by us, like within just like 2 miles of us. This story happened.
I would have went down and looked at his
out
dick
here in North Hollywood. Yeah, I know.
Look at his dickless body laying there.
See, I don't need to look at the dick. I already know that it. Well, anyways, let's get to the story. The story is there's this rapper who is in a threesome of rappers. Is that what they call them? Threesomes? A tri-rap group, whatever the fuck.
Sure.
But apparently they were like somehow supposed to be affiliated with Wu-Tang Clan. Well, the guy is having a bad time, decides he wants to kill himself, right? So he cuts his dick off. That's his first move. He's like, you know what? I've had enough. Time to chop this useless hog off.
Yep.
Chops it right off. Just leaves that thing for dead. God only knows where. I don't even know if they found it yet. But and then he jumps out of a balcony, right? But the only problem is the balcony's on the second floor.
Yeah.
So motherfucker falls like, what's the average? 20 feet or less? Hits the ground. Probably just writhing. Just fucking blood squirting out of the like little nub where his dick used to be. Ambulance comes, scoops this guy up, takes him to the hospital. He's alive.
Oh,
He's
yeah.
in critical condition.
But he's kicking.
Oh, if he didn't want to kill himself before, if he wanted to kill himself before, like, now he's definitely going to want to finish the job.
Well,
but
like,
here's the thing, like, just on the odd chance you survive your, I don't know, 20-foot fall, maybe you just want that dick still attached.
well, here's the timeline. The timeline for this guy is cuts dick off, jumps out of balcony, gets found, gets taken to the hospital.
Yeah.
Then like reports he's like, I'm affiliated with Wu-Tang. I'm official. And then like the next day I read they were like, well, we can't put the penis back on. But
Yeah,
like,
no penis ever.
Like, you're shit out of luck. And he's like, damn, at least I got my street cred with Wu-Tang. And then Wu-Tang comes out like, no, we don't know this fucking
Who?
guy.
Yeah,
we
never heard the guy.
You don't know this fucking
They're
guy.
interviewing his mom.
He's
She's like, interviewing his mom. Nope, never heard that son of a bitch.
I was doing Wu-Tang, man.
Mom, I have the paternity.
I
Nope,
cut my
never
dick
seen
off.
it.
I cut my dick off for you motherfuckers. Wu-Tang told me to.
But here's the real question. It's like, it had to be like a pretty useless dick, right? Like, it had to be like one of the smallest, most useless dicks. Because that's how I actually heard my buddy told me a story, right? Like, his friend was a soldier. And
Yeah.
like, I think it was Iraq or Afghanistan, right? And he's like in the shit, and he gets in a firefight, right? So he gets shot in the pelvis, like right near the junk. So he's like, He's been shot
that.
3 times. He calls his buddy over. His buddy's like, oh my God, like trying to help him up, whatever soldiers say in that moment. And the guy grabs him in real close, like, yes, Sarge. You know, like a movie, and he's like, look in the hole in my pants. See if my dick's still there. And the guy's like, what? And he's like, if they blew my dick off, I'm going out. I'm trying to take as many of them as I can with me. So his plan was, if the terrorist had shot his dick off, he's just grabbing like 2 guns and grenades and just running out and just dying in a blaze of glory, taking out the
He's
dick
gonna
shooters.
jihad those
Exactly.
motherfuckers.
But the sergeant's like, your dick's still there. He's like, sweet, take me to the medical team.
All right, let's do this thing. Dude, when we were at
That's what I mean. Like, that guy's like, you know, he's like a hard ass soldier, and he's like, if my dick's gone, like, it's over for me. Like, this guy's like a rapper. Like, I mean, he lives in North Hollywood by us. Like, how bad is it? Like, I've probably seen that guy in his useless wang.
Oh, yeah.
In Starbucks. Like,
Yeah, I mean, you've got to get to new lows to cut your dick off. Like, that's the ultimate in not thinking it through.
Yeah.
When you're just like, I want to hurt myself somehow. Let's see, I could cut off like the tip of my pinky. I hardly ever use that, right? Well, let's just do that. Like, he immediately was like,
go bare knuckle brawl like 4 meth homeless people.
I'll cut my dick off. I don't need that.
What fucking crazy state of mind would you ever have to get to?
Like,
cut your dick
I
off?
remember, I think my biggest state of regret ever, or always, is when I get done having sex with like a girl that I'm just not proud of, which doesn't happen very often anymore. But
never had that experience.
Have you ever had that? Like, you get done, and you're like, "Fuck, what did I do?" You know, like
maybe for a split second. And
yeah,
then
it's
drink it like victory.
it's like this shame, like this, and I like that's the only time. But like, can you imagine the shame and regret that you feel like when you're like, "This is a good idea." Fuck, you know, like that's.
I can imagine exactly what that looks like. It's jumping headfirst off a balcony.
When I was
That's what that looks like.
When I was in college, when we were at Ball State one time, speaking of like dick cutting, check this out.
This is a really scary start to
This is a true story. So we one day I was going to the showers in the dorms, and I walk in and all I see is this guy's leg like hanging out of the shower and blood everywhere.
Period.
And I was like, oh, fuck, dude. Like, did somebody just die in the shower? Like, oh, my fucking God, you know? And I stood there and I was, like, debating opening the curtain or not. Because, like, you know, I was like, I'm going to see a naked guy and maybe a dead naked guy. Do I really want to see that?
Just
like,
a rigor mortis boner.
I was like, but what if I could save his life, you know? So I pull the curtain open. And sure enough, there's like a dead guy not a dead guy, but he might as well have been dead. Fuck this guy. He's just laying there naked, bleeding out. And I kind of tap him because I noticed he was still breathing. I was like, dude, wake up. And he wakes up and he's like freaking out. He fucking was shaving his balls with a razor and he cut his nutsack with the razor. Passed out and hit his head on the back of the stall. He was out cold, dude.
That's why when I shave my balls, I always lay on my back. Yeah. I lay on my back in the shower and put my feet up like a gyno office.
But he was like, oh, Jesus.
Oh, dude, I mean, it took me the longest time to work up the courage to shave my nuts because I always, like, I guess I didn't understand anatomy enough. Like, I just thought, like, oh, one nick, there's a little hole. You know, like when you get a hole in, like, a plastic grocery bag, everything finds its way down there and makes that hole bigger and shit falls out. I was like, oh, my fucking testicles falling out a little hole in my scrotum. It took me a long time to work up the
Jim Carrey coming out of the rhino.
Yeah, right.
Your nuts just like,
yeah.
out of here. Oh, Jesus.
Yeah, dude. I mean, to me, it's like, yeah, if I even like masturbate too hard, like I apologize to my dick after. You know what I mean? Like I can't imagine getting to that headspace. Like what we need to do is track down some of this guy's raps and see if it was like that bad. Or do you think maybe he got in like a rap beef with someone and he's like, I can't take it, I'm being cyberbullied. And that's why he did it.
What I want to see, here's what I really want to see. I want to see the actual video of him recording in the studio. Because I almost bet like somewhere in his songs, he talked about having a big dick or like he was proud of his dick and he plowed all the time. But I bet when he was like rapping him in the studio, he's like, and I got a big dick and then it's motherfucker. Not like he's really, I'm lying to people. And then finally,
it's always had that like tightly squeezed like pair of tube socks in there.
And the bitch came in and I showed him my big dick and then I fucked and you know, and you're like, what?
Oh, absolutely.
They're like, no, try to say it with more confidence.
They're gonna say that like, yeah. Did you guys see any signs? Like, did you see this guy? They did talk about this imaginary big dick all the time. Like, that was weird.
He always just said he had a big dick, but I saw it at least 4 times. It's shut up, baby dick. Hey, shut up, baby dick.
I mean, honestly, like, if I'm the doctor and they bring that guy in, I'm just like, put him down.
Yeah.
Just put him down. Like,
take him out back and shoot him. He's
like,
lame.
I feel like sometimes it's like one of those things, like, if people make such, like, terrible decisions like that, like, why do we got to try to save him? Like, give him the dignity, man. Like, put him out of his misery.
I'm all for, and you know, they talk about like the earth is overpopulated, and it's like, so let's start taking out some of these motherfuckers then.
No, let's not take them out. If they try to take themselves out and fail, let's help them finish the job.
Well, that's the
kind thing to do.
Yeah, might as well. Like, if some dude's
what's the best case scenario, right? This guy wakes up, no dick. He's not with the Wu-Tang Clan anymore. Probably can't go back and stare any of his peers, and can't just like go get a hooker and like get his mind off of it. Like, he's got very little left.
Well, like,
mercy kill.
Once a week, everybody should have to go down to like the DMV and tell some guy what the worst thing they did that week was. And this is population control. And if you like walking,
they have those. It's a confession in the Catholic Church.
They're like, "What's the worst thing you did today?" And you know, like I was like, "I don't know. I coveted my neighbor's wife. I don't know." They're like, "Whatever. That's good. Get out of here." And then he walks in, like, "What's the worst thing you did this week?" He's like, "Well, I cut my dick off and tried to jump off a balcony." And the guy just goes,
"Yeah, right."
You know? Population
just like
control.
A ball peen hammer. You know what I mean? Just like they do cattle. One of those little air guns they had in No Country.
Done with this guy. Done with this guy.
Bless you, my child. Next. Yeah, like I said, I mean, I'm a pacifist. Like, I'm not. That's a lie. That just sounds cool to say sometimes.
Yeah, it does.
Not really. It makes me sound like a puss, but I'm not trying to kill this guy myself. But I mean, he wanted to die, so it's his choice.
Yeah. All right, let's move on. We got to get to the segment here in a minute, but before we do, we'll segue into it by talking a little bit about movies. We got a little movie news this week that I'm really mixed on. They're making a sequel to Mrs. Doubtfire. Thoughts?
Hello. Hello. What is your thought process? Like, Mrs. Doubtfire, like, don't get me wrong.
I love
fantastic film. I loved it as a kid. Is there more? Like, is there more we needed from that story? Like, he went into drag to get his kids back and learn how to be a family man. What's left? Like, what's he doing now?
Well, then they found him out at the end. They're like, oh, it's our dad.
Yeah.
You know? So, like, it's not like he can just run that ruse again.
Yeah, it's a very clever ruse, but, like, once the lid's blown off, like...
Like, his kids have grandkids now, and, like... They're like, where'd Grandpa go? And then he comes out.
The only storyline I can imagine is it's one of these, like, because they were in San Fran, I think.
Yeah.
So it's one of these, like, mega liberal, like, you know, support the young gays that are being cyberbullied and stuff, like cross-dressers and trannies, and Mrs. Doubtfire just becomes this cult icon. Like, he just is always busting out, hello, it's okay if you get cyberbullied, or whatever, and, like, maybe it's like that. It's a feel-good movie for the confused youth of today. The kids who are, like, afraid that they're not accepted. It's 2014. Like,
Juvenile Doubtfire.
Oh, Jesus, yeah. I remember the scene when, like, his face is off and he has to, like, slam the, like, pie stuff on to look like makeup. And I always was just like, you would never, like, go into a house with a person with that on their face. Like, you wouldn't talk to that person or trust them.
When he comes back, when he's, like, bouncing around in the restaurant, and he goes back to his boss, and his boss goes, do you have are you wearing women's lipstick? He goes, are you wearing lipstick? Is that women's perfume? And Robin Williams is like, ran into an old ex in the bathroom. And he's like, does she have friends? And like, he just the dumbest shit, he pulls this off. And he's like, giving the Heimlich or whatever.
Right.
And spits it out. Fucking, come on. The makeup comes off.
But this is what I mean. Like, what else could we... Like, they even did, like, they did all the classic gags, right? Like, the lady standing up and peeing and someone catches her. Like...
He's like, hey!
Yeah, you know, the old lady checking out hot young tits. Like, what else
I like
is
when
left? I don't get it.
When he's calling as all the other voices to, like, ensure that Mrs. Doubtfire gets the job, so he's having all these...
Right.
And he's like, I don't flirt with the males because I used to be one. Or whatever. And they're like, click! I loved that movie as a kid. It was a drive-by fruiting.
A drive-by fruiting.
Fucking Pierce Brosnan. Like, Pierce Brosnan went straight from James Bond to that.
Yeah.
Like, you want to play next to Robin
It's a solid
Williams?
trajectory.
I don't know how I feel about it. It's God, Hollywood. You don't have to remake or sequel fucking everything.
See, I just feel like they're going to.
They
eventually,
are.
But, like, this is a weird one. Like, like I can think of, like, 30 other movies that, like, are much more ripe for a remake or a sequel than Mrs. Doubtfire.
Well, it's, I mean...
Like, what? I mean, is Robin Williams even going to do it? Like, is he officially signed on? I just heard they were, like,
no idea.
in the process of thinking
but
about
it's like,
how do you make that movie again without Robin Williams?
I don't know.
I mean, I'm sure he fucking wants it. Like, he's not really doing.
Or maybe
what
was it? One of the Lawrence brothers was the kid. Maybe he grows up.
Yeah, not Joey, the other one.
Yeah, and he just cross dresses his whole life, and it's just a character study, and it's really sad.
You did this to me, Paul.
You did this to me, Dad.
Yeah. Thanks, Dad.
Doubtfire's a stupid name. But
maybe it's a Joanna Man setup, right?
I know.
Where or a Big Mama's sorority or whatever. With Martin Lawrence and the kid, where they, like, both go in. Like, maybe his son wants to get onto, like, a lacrosse team for ladies.
Ooh, Ladybugs,
and Mrs.
yeah.
Doubtfire, is, like, the coach. Like, hello, go
This is my
That's
daughter!
Really all I remember from that is, hello! Just that stupid voice.
But, like, everything that's being remade, like, all these scripts that I'm working on or writing, I almost feel like I should just fucking abandon and just write Freddy Got Fingered Again.
The best
decision. Or like,
just
pick any movie from the 80s or 90s and just write a sequel for it.
Why not?
You know what I mean?
Why not? What if we wrote Freddy Fingers Mrs. Doubtfire? Now that's a movie worth watching. I'm a grown man. I can have chicken fingers if I want to. And she's like, hello, pull your fingers out of me. Yeah. And it's like, oh, God, this is not what I thought. This is like Human Centipede, hard to watch.
Oh, my God. I just don't know what to do. I don't know what to make of it. I'm tired of, Michael Bay is about to ruin Ninja Turtles.
I think it's going to be good.
I'm 100% positive it's going to be ruined.
It's going to be really good.
Just leave some shit alone. That's all I'm saying. But let's segue that. Let's segue to a happier thing. I was out. We're going to close it down with this. This is going to be our big thing this week. So the other day, this guy asked me if I had to go to a desert island and I could only take 3 movies with me, because apparently this desert island has a plethora of electricity to run TVs only.
Right.
What 3 movies would you take?
Well, first I take the YouTube video of the guy cutting his dick off and jumping off the balcony. Because then I could always on my desert island be like, well, it's not that bad for me. Like, so things could be worse. Just watch it up. So that's what we're going to do today. We're going to pick the 3 movies that we would take with us if we were stranded on a desert island forever. This might be... I'm going to dominate you so hard on this list. I've been thinking about it all day. See, I have not. But I feel like off the cuff, I'm going to crush.
All right. What's your number 3?
Fuck. Okay, so, and I got to have a good reason why they're going, right?
Yeah. Well, I mean, you don't have to.
All right, well, first movie, I got it. I would take 2001: A Space Odyssey. Because that's one of those fucking trippy... First off, it's long as shit, so it would distract me from, like, my long days of nothingness. But that's one of those weird movies where every time you watch it, you, like, get something new out of it. It almost, like, rewrites itself as a new movie every time you watch it.
It's a great movie.
So that'd be pretty cool. Yeah, maybe a little sad.
So you want that one for longer distraction.
But also I feel like it rewrites itself. Like every time I watch it, I get new shit out of it. And plus, it would give me a lot of shit to ponder all the time. And
God, you're so artsy.
Keep my... Yeah, I know, right? So cool.
Okay.
I should have worn my Newsy hat today if I was going to be that artsy.
Yeah, he was here, but he put an egg in his shoe and he beat it. Okay, my number 3. So here's what I'm thinking. You're stranded on a desert island alone, right? You're going to have to scavenge for food. So you're probably going to have to just fuck up some animals. You're going to have to stab them out. Maybe you catch a wild pig, you got to stab him out.
Yeah.
Whose headspace do I want to get into when I'm stabbing out these animals? Joe Pesci in Casino. So I'm taking Casino with me, and I'm just gonna grab those pigs and be, you motherfucker! I swear, you motherfucker! You call my friend a fucking faggot, you motherfucker! Just
right.
I want to get into that because I don't want to be myself when I'm stabbing out animals. I want to be Joe Pesci.
I've never killed an animal in my days. I've never killed an animal. That would be a good tool to have.
I know. So I'm taking Casino.
Okay.
Number 3.
Okay. Weird.
Not weird at all. Plus, it's like 3 hours long.
That one would make me sad because then I'd be like looking at the glitz and glamour of Las Vegas and all the drinking and drugs, and I'd be like, well, that's cool. I'll just sit here by my fucking self and be miserable as shit.
Hey, Nicky's really starting to think who the fuck he is.
Yeah, not have a good time. So I think Casino would make me more depressed.
No.
All right. Well, speaking of, you need tools of the trade. Like, you need to know what you're doing, right? So
sure,
you're going to have some strategy. So I think I need to take a, like, deserted island movie.
Cliche, but okay.
They all kind of suck. Like, Life of Pi, not very good. I mean, it's okay.
Life of Pi sucked.
I feel like Life of Pi would just be like, well, at least I'm not the fucking tiger having to listen to this kid talk to me all the time. That's cool. Castaway, not great movie, but he's got some good tips on how you may survive.
Castaway is a great movie. That's where you're wrong.
No, it's not. It's not a good movie.
Yeah, it is.
Fuck, dude. I got to come up with a movie. What's your number 2? Let me think.
My number 2? This is easy.
Okay.
So when you're stranded on a desert island,
right?
Eventually you're gonna go nuts.
Yeah.
I mean, eventually you're gonna start talking to yourself. Things are gonna get weird. Whose headspace do I want to get in when I get weird? Walking around talking to myself. Walter Sobchak, taking Big Lebowski number 2.
Okay.
Just gonna walk around and be like, nothing is fucked. Nothing is fucked here, dude. They're gonna kill that poor one. I'm gonna be John Goodman.
I like your logic, but I don't like your choice for that.
No.
I'm gonna switch it, and I'm gonna say I am also gonna get weird and fucking tripped out. Whose headspace do I want to be in? Hunter S. Thompson. I'm taking Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas.
That's a good one too because he's a weirdo.
Trippy ass weird fucking movie.
Yeah.
It also has the problem, though, where it's in Las Vegas, so I'd be sad that I'm not there, like, partying with them.
Yeah.
But if I wanted to get weird as fuck, like, I'm going there. Yeah, I'm going to get fucking crazy.
But think about it. If you were if you had Walter as your alter ego, it's like basically you're going to be having conversations with yourself. So, like, I'm up on the mountain gathering coconuts, as I would. Right. And I drop them all down the mountain. I'm like, damn, no, I'm screwed. Right. And then my alter ego kicks in. He's like, nothing is fucked here. And he's real calm about it. And, you know, like, that's who I want chiming in my head. But I can see Hunter S. Thompson, too, from your side.
Yeah. If you're going to get crazy, that would be a good
one. He's like, on Fear and Loathing, when he's like, somebody let a bunch of reptiles into this bar and gave them all alcohol.
Yeah.
Don't get on the elevator. That's exactly what they want you to do.
I just love when he's just throwing oranges at Dr. Gonzo in the tub. And he's like, down, you big whale.
When all the cocaine blows out of the car, and he's like, oh, look what Jesus did, man. And he goes, Jesus didn't do this. You're a narcotics officer. I knew it. He starts freaking him out.
Right.
So, isn't it Benicio del Toro?
Benicio del Toro. Fat as hell.
And fuck, you know who the little...
Tobey Maguire.
Yeah, Tobey Maguire's the little albino white kid.
Yeah, I think that's a good solid choice. I want to get weird.
Okay.
I want to get weird.
What's your number 3? Or your number 1, I guess I should say.
All right, so I'm living a life of isolation, maybe for a really long time, by myself. Might have to do epic battle to defend my honor and survive against nature. Got to take one of the perfect movies. One of the only perfect movies so far. I'm taking Highlander.
Highlander.
One of the greatest movies ever made. Easily top 5 best of all time. In the perfect movie pantheon, there can be only one. And that one is me sitting alone on a deserted island just watching the fucking Highlander all day. Just raw enjoyment. It's raw enjoyment. I just sit there and listen to Queen. Do you want to live forever?
I have nothing wrong with Highlander. I'm not mad at you.
It's a great movie. You love Highlander?
But no, I don't love it. I like it.
It's a good movie, though.
It's a good movie.
It's a great movie.
But
it's easily in it might be the Josh Griffey #1 favorite movie of all time.
Okay. Here's my number one.
Okay.
And I'm about to destroy you with this.
We're already getting crushed.
Well, I'm really not. But here's number one. So when I'm bored, when you're on a desert island, man, you're going to get bored. There's only one thing I do in my real life when I get bored. I don't try to pound out another page on the script. I don't try to go for a run. I don't lift an extra weight.
Well, I'd never be doing that on a deserted island.
When I get bored at home, I J.O., bro.
Nice.
My number one movie I'm taking, probably Nailin' Palin. Probably taking that with me. Or any, like I could just go to a movie store and just grab any Vivid Girls video, whichever one that is. That's my number one. And goddamn, like when because you got nobody else, bro. And I am not going to fuck those pigs.
Well, I'm not going to jerk off to imaginary thoughts like I'm 12.
Yeah,
I'm a grown man.
I'm not doing that either. So you're going to have to find something in one of your movies.
I'm just going to be like building like coconut women and like just trying to like sand down the fucking thing so there's no husk on the tits.
You're going to be watching like Fear and Loathing, and as soon as they show a girl, you're like, oh shit. So I can get one out to that. Boom! Roasted.
Yeah, this one's over. Like we don't even need the fans to weigh in. Like,
no, please.
That is the most genius. I think that's like the only smart thing I've ever heard you say on this podcast.
Oh,
like,
dude.
You dominated me. I will bow. I was killing you till that point.
No way,
had
dude.
Had you just chosen like another movie, the greatness of my movies would have drowned you in a bathtub. But porn is a genius idea. Like, you beat me. You won up to me with your intelligence.
Yeah.
I think I'm finally like rubbing off on you. I'm teaching you
And you know, when I thought of that, I almost thought to myself, like I almost thought, if you could take 3 movies, I almost was like, take 3 porns. Like, in my head, I was like, just take 3 porns.
No, I want one porn with a fucking huge fat chick, a midget, and a girl with the huge ass of any race, no problem. Because,
you know, like it's going to be a luxury that you have porn anyway. But like anything, it gets old. The same scene gets old. And so I was thinking, man, I wonder if I'd ever reach that. So at least if I had 3, I could buy myself 3 times the time to get as many nuts as possible before I die on this desert island like a bitch. Which I wouldn't die on anyway. I'd get out.
I'd survive.
How long do you think you could survive on a desert island?
Oh, me? Mm-hmm. How many? Do I have Happy Meal every day?
Like put yourself in the castaway scenario. Like he floats on the shore.
Me personally?
Right. And he's left to his own devices.
I mean, I'm assuming first thing I do is I wade out in the ocean. I stand there and become one with nature. And I fucking find a giant sea beast to just fucking choke out and tame as my own. And then I'm fucking riding out of there. I'm giving myself a week, maybe. What? I am. Like a big fucking manatee, not a shark. They got sandy-ass skin that'll rip my legs up.
Manatees kill people, too.
Yeah, only when they're...
I'd wait for
only when the boats hit the manatee and they tip over and drown. Manatees are like the big fat pussies of the ocean.
The sea cows, man.
Yeah, exactly. That's what
I would take a dolphin.
No, they're like the people that eat of Golden Buffet. Like, what is that? Golden Corral. Golden Corral Buffet. They're the Golden Corral Buffet crowd of the sea. That's what they are. Like, I'm not afraid of those people. No way. In fact,
you guys got any more chicken wings or ribs?
That would be the best thing, is if somehow I got lost on a deserted island with an entire herd of people who had just been eating at Golden Buffet or Golden Corral. So I could like tie them together with spaghetti noodles and use their fat corpses to float back to civilization. That'd be ideal.
Yeah.
We've actually got a little extra time. I got some Twitter hits. I told them we were recording. I wanted some fan interaction.
Oh, I wondered, my phone's been blown up in my pocket. I didn't know that was...
Yeah. We got a couple.
All right.
Well, we got Derek Arthur, as always, chiming in. We actually tried to download Delivery Man to watch and talk about for Derek. My internet has been really shoddy at best. Didn't download, so we got to get on that so we can talk about it.
Yeah.
But Derek sent us some good ones, right? So I'll throw it to you.
What is he sending us?
He sent us 4 things we could talk about on the show, right?
Oh, okay.
Okay. Our MLB postseason awards, which I feel like that's a little...
Well, we're like 7 months away from that.
Predictions. I feel like that's a rough one.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Rob Ford, why the Pacers suck. Or this is the one I like. What are your favorite conspiracy theories?
Oh, God. I love conspiracy theories.
I fucking love them, and I wish that like all of them were true. But
first of all, Rob Ford, Like, you can't just do a segment on Rob Ford. You have to dedicate an entire hour, maybe 2 hour long podcast.
I would cut my dick off and jump off my balcony if I knew we could get him on the show once.
I really would. I swear to God, I would.
They just wake me up in critical conditions. Like, just let me talk to Rob Ford and then I'll kill myself after.
He's got to be just my favorite human being right now.
He's a Chris Farley character in real life.
Yeah,
and he only gets
He's
better.
on fire, dude. Like
crack made him more popular.
If it's going to happen, but one day on the news, you're going to see him just running down the street going, vote for Donnelly. And I'm going to be like, it's fucking over, dude. It's really him. He's back.
Oh, my God. But what are your favorite? You got a conspiracy theory you love?
Oh, dude. Okay. I have a lot of them.
Mine are all like cryptozoological animals, right? Like, I want to believe that all those, like, I want to believe there's like a Bigfoot. And actually, there's a thing on Google Maps this week. They thought that a Google Map image showed what was Nessie from the sky. It actually looks like one of those fucking, what are those, horse crabs or whatever? Like the brown ones with the little skinny tail.
Yeah.
But, you know, I read that every time I see one of those. I'm like, I hope they found it. Yeah, like Godzilla's coming out. Like, I wish there was a Godzilla.
Yeah.
Like, even though he just wrecks small Asian towns, but, like, whatever.
Yeah. I mean, I love all the government stuff.
But what's a good government?
Well, most of them are probably not.
Like, are you into, like, the JFK?
JFK is probably one of my favorite subjects in the entire world. Like, I'm positive that's a cover-up.
Really?
Like, I believe that's a conspiracy. But like all this other, you know, because like if you turn on Netflix, you'll see there's 100 documentaries about how 9/11's like an inside job.
Right.
And those are like good for entertainment value, but you can't take them that serious.
I just don't buy into like the government ones because to me there's too many people would have to be in the know and not fuck up. And not come out and be like, I just want to sell a book and make millions of dollars. And like, you know what I mean? Like, it just, there's too many people that would, because like, that's the thing with like the moon landing, right? Yeah. Like, if they shot that on a sound stage, like, do you know how many people are on an average shoot? Like,
a lot.
That's a lot of people that are like, hey, I'm a PA. Like, oh, I'm the crafty guy at the moon landing.
Well, and then there's guys like you and I that are just like, PAs or art department, just like regular guys
making dog shit
like, hey,
money.
Dude, build...
First thing I do is I'm going to the news and be like, pay me.
Right, like that's worth $1 million easily.
How many people would have had to be in on 9/11 for that to be an inside job?
Everybody, the whole world.
When you're talking thousands of people and not one of them came forward, it's like, you know what? I actually feel kind of shitty. About what I did.
It doesn't even like those don't even make sense to me. Like I get that. Like maybe some information was mishandled, blah blah blah. There's maybe like we could have done things different. Maybe, but I've seen shit and read shit on that where it's like people were like, you know, planes didn't really fly into the buildings, and I was like, are you sure? Because they
blew up. I'm like, that's really good timing.
There's like a million videos
right
of it, like, and they make the most asinine fucking leaps in that stuff. So, like, those ones I just kind of dismiss. But, like, the JFK one I've probably watched 100 different things on. And I've heard, like, 10 million different angles on it.
Here's one. I'm actually looking up some famous... The Bermuda Triangle.
Bermuda
Triangles.
I don't know
if that's like, there's
like Area 54 or 51 or whatever.
Paranormal stuff versus conspiracy. I don't know where to draw the line. Because Bermuda Triangle to me is not a conspiracy. It's just kind of cool, right? It's like It's like the Malaysian ship thing. Like, it captures people's imagination because you're just like... Oh, fuck, there's like a door to the Twilight Zone. You're going to like see the voice and like Rod Serling's going to be like, hey, welcome to a taste beyond time and space. You're like, oh, shit. I think the moon, like they're all bullshit.
I'm with you though, where I really wish Bigfoot were real.
Oh, yeah.
Like I would love to just somebody be like, well, you remember the guy that said that he shot him a few months ago and he was like going to take him around America, take the body around.
Right.
I haven't heard anything about it, but
it was not real.
Like I know, but I was hoping so bad that it was.
Here's the thing, right? Like, it's the weird thing. Like, yeah, I want aliens to be real, too. But it's like, why is it always the dumbest fucking, like, half-toothed redneck that finds them? Like, to me, you're, like, right there. Like, does not let... Like, here's the thing, right? There are 2 different shows about finding Bigfoot that are both on, like, seasons 3 and 5. Like, if you haven't found a Bigfoot yet, that show should be canceled.
Yeah.
Like, if you're still one of the audience members watching Finding Bigfoot or Ghost Hunters... And, like, they're, like, 20, 30 episodes in and they haven't caught anything. Like, you're wasting a lot of your life.
Like, it'd be like,
it might not be a life worth living, but you're wasting it. Like, give up.
It'd be like the movie Finding Forrester. It just goes on for 19 hours and they never actually find Forrester.
Yeah. Never. I should have just made Forrester up because I'm sad.
Yeah. But it's like,
I want, they keep finding things that they think are chupacabra. That's as close as I'm getting.
Yeah, and there've been like 3 confirmed. Like, we have a body of chupacabra, but nothing ever materializes from it. But what was it, Mitch Hedberg back in the day when he was talking about Bigfoot, and he's like, what'd he say? He's like, well, you know how people always have pictures of Bigfoot and it's blurry. He goes, maybe Bigfoot's just a big out of focus monster roaming in the woods. he goes, that's twice as scary to me.
Easily, easily.
Only in his awesome voice and the way that he tells jokes, obviously.
I mean, I'm trying to think. Like, I honestly don't buy into conspiracy theories. Because to me, it's like, first off, it's also, there's this weird thing of like, if the government can go to that kind of lengths to deceive everyone and keep it covered up for like decades, like JFK or the moon landing, like, I don't believe some fucking guy with fingernails that are too long and like, you know, fucking a beard that needs combed has like figured it out on his laptop.
Dude, I listened to one.
I don't buy it.
One time, there's like this whole subculture of like people that claim, I can't think of the family's name. Anyway, it's like, it basically is talking about all of the rich people in the world and how they're like lizard people. They're like
these, the Illuminati, but they're lizards.
Kind of, but they're lizard people. And like there's probably 100 podcasts dedicated to this, and like people, and the Rothschild family, that's what they're called.
Do they get big numbers?
Yeah, probably some of them do, because like
we just switch.
No, but they get like these people on there and they interview them and they're like, yeah, I'm a lizard person, my family's lizard or whatever. And like this one guy, one time he's like, yeah, I have a condo on Mars. He goes, it looks a lot like Phoenix, Arizona, and like talking about it. And it's one of the funniest things you can listen to. Right. But people like listen to that and they're like, this is legit.
No, I mean, I've watched like the 9/11 shit, like the Zeitgeist stuff, and it's like, it's just all fucking like
the first Zeitgeist documentary is pretty good.
Even I'll give it that. I'm about as cynical a person as you can meet. And it's like, come on, guys, like even if this shit's real, like I like can't even go to the leap that I want to believe that like that kind of bad stuff is going on. Like,
I love the movie Conspiracy Theory with Mel Gibson, and who is it? Rene Russo that's in that with him.
I would get gross.
You've never seen that movie?
I think I remember. Is that the one where the little kid's like retarded and he knows numbers real well?
I don't know. I don't think so.
We'll figure it out.
It's a great movie though. It's a great movie. I don't know. Like I guess probably of all the conspiracies, really like the JFK one's the only one that I actually get into and educate myself on.
We got a perfect movie request too.
For what?
Ghostbusters.
Perfect. Duh. Don't even need to watch it.
We should probably watch it.
I'll watch it.
I don't want to besmirch Harold Ramis in case he shows up like in Ghost Hunters season 5.
Yeah, when he's like, turn back now and return to the
I
parallel
gotta
dimension
get back to Earth and hear what Griffey says about my
return
movie.
to the parallel dimension you came from. And Bill Murray goes, "Thanks, Ray. That ought to do it."
No, there's a difference between fucking really good movies and perfect movies.
Okay, so let's watch. Okay, so next week,
fucking up on Willow.
Well, it's like this elusive movie that we can't fucking find anywhere without stealing it. And
Mad Mardigan is hidden it from us.
For the life of me, I'm not going to steal it because I believe in karma. There's a conspiracy. I believe in karma. That's a bullshit conspiracy.
Yeah, thanks, India.
But okay, so next week we'll watch Ghostbusters. In the meantime, we'll try to find Willow.
I've got another movie I really want us to grade.
What?
Monster Squad.
Oh, yeah.
And I have it on DVD right
Maybe
there.
we should do like an entire perfect movie podcast where we just grade 3 movies one time.
Sure, whatever. It's your show, man. I'm just living in it.
I don't know. We'll think about it. But I do want to do the prediction.
That was Patrick Irish. The Patrick Irish on Twitter. Follow him.
I hate that dude. He's a
prolific Twitterer.
He's a prolific Twitterer, but he's just in real life he's just an idiot dummy.
Really?
And I don't like him. His name's Patrick Irish. I'm just kidding.
I was gonna say I thought I was gonna swoop in and like be like I love him and get him on hashtag Team Griffey.
He's one of my best friends. Mm-hmm. He's my best friend. Oh hell, I got a lot of friends. Yeah. I got a lot of friends, Doc.
But Derek Arthur and Patrick Irish, thanks for contributing. We're going to start doing this all the time, so have your Twitters ready for when we are
Get that shit tweeting. Ready. All right, guys, we're going to get out of here. Thanks for listening. I know we bounced around a lot today, but that's just because we're kind of dumb, and we get through shit how we want to get through shit. But obviously my list dominated Griffey's list for movies that you would take to a desert island. Hit us up on Twitter. Tell us what your list would be. Tell me I'm a fucking loser. Tell Griffey he's a fucking loser. I don't care. Say whatever you want.
Dare.
We'll start Twitter feud. We'll start a Twitter feud with every one of you.
If your little fat fingers even start to type that on YouTube, you better fucking rethink it. Don't you fucking dare talk to me like that.
I'll internet fight anyone.
I watch arm wrestling now. You think I'm afraid of you kids?
I guarantee you.
You're fucking done. Travis Bajent, come on our goddamn show.
I'll pull your ass right now, Bajent, with straps. I could internet beat up anyone in the world. Guaranteed, dude.
I'm just gonna like Jay and Silent Bob
my rhetoric.
Back. I'm just gonna track you down and fucking arm wrestle you to death.
My rhetoric is so on point. It's not even funny, man. Yeah. I can just kill people.
So watch how you fucking talk to us.
Yeah. All right, we're out of here. Go fuck yourselves.
Thanks for watching. Bye.
I love you.